From the icy landscapes of Greenland to the bustling halls of Congress, the Trump administration continues to make waves, sparking both fervent support and fierce opposition. Recent events have thrust the spotlight onto a series of controversial decisions and alliances, leaving the American public and the world at large grappling with their implications. The administration's relentless pursuit of Greenland has raised eyebrows and ignited diplomatic tensions. Meanwhile, the burgeoning relationship between President Trump and tech mogul Elon Musk, particularly concerning SpaceX's federal contracts, has fueled accusations of favoritism and raised concerns about the privatization of national interests. Domestically, the administration's immigration policies continue to draw fire, with the recent involvement of the IRS in deportation efforts further blurring the lines between tax enforcement and immigration control. As the nation grapples with these complex issues, the political landscape remains as polarized as ever. These events, unfolding against the backdrop of simmering political tensions, paint a picture of an administration operating on its own terms, seemingly unconcerned with traditional norms or potential backlash.
The Trump administration's unwavering interest in acquiring Greenland has thrust the Arctic nation into the center of a geopolitical firestorm. The recent visits of high-ranking U.S. officials, including Second Lady Usha Vance and National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, have been met with a mixture of bewilderment and condemnation from both Greenland and Denmark. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has publicly rebuked the Trump administration's approach, emphasizing the need for respectful dialogue and acknowledging Greenland's autonomy. Greenlandic Prime Minister Mute B. Ejedi echoed these sentiments, characterizing the unrequested visits as a blatant demonstration of power. The administration's motives for pursuing Greenland remain shrouded in a mix of strategic calculations and economic aspirations. Greenland's strategic location in the Arctic, its vast untapped natural resources, and its growing importance in a rapidly changing geopolitical landscape all contribute to its allure. However, the administration's aggressive tactics and apparent disregard for diplomatic protocols have only served to alienate potential partners and solidify opposition to the proposed acquisition.
The Trump administration's embrace of Elon Musk's SpaceX has raised eyebrows and fueled accusations of favoritism, with billions of dollars in federal contracts flowing towards the private space exploration company. SpaceX's expanding portfolio now encompasses contracts with the Defense Department for rapid cargo transport, eligibility for rural broadband funding from the Commerce Department, and a renewed focus on Mars exploration in collaboration with NASA. This cozy relationship has not gone unnoticed, with critics questioning the administration's decision to prioritize a private company over established government agencies and raising concerns about the potential for conflicts of interest. The installation of Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet service, at both the White House and the FAA has done little to quell these concerns. Proponents of the SpaceX partnership, however, argue that the company's innovative technologies and cost-effective solutions make it an ideal partner for advancing national interests. They point to SpaceX's successful track record in space exploration and its ability to deliver results as evidence of its capabilities. Despite these arguments, the optics of the administration's close ties to SpaceX remain problematic, particularly given Trump's history of personal business dealings and his administration's tendency towards blurring the lines between public service and private gain.
The recent appearance of President Trump and Elon Musk at the NCAA Wrestling Championship in Philadelphia offered a glimpse into the complex dynamics of their relationship and its impact on public perception. While Trump reveled in the adulation of the crowd, Musk's presence elicited a more mixed response, with some attendees expressing unease about his growing influence within the administration. Some supporters questioned the appropriateness of using a sporting event as a platform to promote Tesla, particularly given the administration's close ties to the electric car manufacturer. Others voiced concerns that Musk's presence overshadowed the athletes and detracted from the spirit of the event. The optics of the event, particularly the image of Trump and Musk standing side by side, served to reinforce the perception of a close alliance between the two men, further fueling speculation about the nature and extent of their relationship. The event also highlighted the delicate balancing act that both men must perform as they navigate the treacherous waters of public opinion. While Trump appeared to relish the opportunity to bask in the adulation of the crowd, Musk's body language betrayed a sense of discomfort, suggesting that he may be wary of being drawn too deeply into the political fray.
Section 5. Deportations and the IRS, a moral and legal quagmire. The Trump administration's immigration agenda has taken a controversial turn, with the IRS now identifying and locating undocumented immigrants for deportation. This move has sparked outrage and raised serious legal questions. Critics argue it represents government overreach and violates privacy rights. The IRS's involvement could discourage immigrants from paying taxes or accessing services. The administration argues it's necessary to enforce immigration laws. Legal experts question its legality, citing the Privacy Act of 1974. The IRS's role in deportations is the latest chapter in the immigration battle, marked by hardline policies, legal challenges, and public outcry.
Section 6. The Pelosi Question. Uncertainty looms over Congress. Speculation is swirling through the halls of Congress as whispers of Nancy Pelosi's potential retirement continue to grow louder. The former Speaker of the House, a formidable force in Democratic politics for decades, is facing mounting pressure from within her own party to step aside and make way for a new generation of leaders. Pelosi's age, coupled with her recent loss of the speakership and the looming threat of a primary challenge from progressive firebrand Saikat Chakrabarti, has fueled speculation that her time in Congress may be drawing to a close. While Pelosi herself has remained tight-lipped about her future plans, the jockeying for position among potential successors has already begun. Pelosi's departure, should it come to pass, would have significant implications for the Democratic Party and the balance of power in Congress. Her absence would leave a void in leadership that would be difficult to fill, potentially creating an opening for Republicans to exploit. Moreover, Pelosi's retirement would likely trigger a scramble for power within the Democratic caucus, potentially exacerbating existing tensions between the party's progressive and moderate wings.
Section 7. Beyond the headlines, other political rumblings. While the Trump administration's actions dominate headlines, other political developments are unfolding with significant implications. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer faces criticism for his handling of recent legislative battles. His decision to avoid a government shutdown has angered progressives and drawn Republican accusations of weakness. Senator Bernie Sanders has expressed support for some Trump border policies while criticizing Biden's immigration handling. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz demands Iran dismantle its nuclear program, raising regional tension concerns. Section 8. The public responds, a nation divided. The recent actions of the Trump administration have ignited a firestorm of debate and dissent across the United States, further deepening the political and ideological divides that have come to define the nation. From the streets of major cities to online forums, Americans are engaging in heated debates about the direction of the country. Protests have erupted in response to the administration's policies, its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and perceived attacks on democratic institutions. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds for competing narratives, with supporters and opponents engaging in vitriolic exchanges. The national conversation has become increasingly polarized, with each side retreating into their respective echo chambers. This erosion of civil discourse poses a serious threat to American democracy. It is essential for all Americans to engage in thoughtful and respectful dialogue, seeking to understand different perspectives and working together to find solutions.
Section 9. Conclusion: Navigating the storm. The Trump administration's recent actions, from its pursuit of Greenland to its embrace of SpaceX and its controversial immigration policies, have sent shockwaves through the political landscape, leaving both supporters and detractors grappling with their implications. As the nation navigates these turbulent waters, it is clear that the path forward will be fraught with challenges and uncertainty. The administration's willingness to challenge established norms and its disregard for traditional diplomatic protocols have created a climate of unpredictability and unease on the global stage. Domestically, the administration's policies have exacerbated existing divisions, fueling societal tensions and undermining trust in government institutions. As the nation moves forward, it is essential for all Americans to engage in a thoughtful and respectful dialogue about the values and principles that will guide the country's future. The challenges facing the United States are complex and multifaceted, requiring nuanced solutions and a willingness to compromise. By embracing civil discourse, seeking common ground, and working together to address the pressing issues of our time, Americans can begin to heal the divisions that threaten to tear the nation apart and chart a course towards a more just and equitable society.